Bitter criticism. The last episode before Portuguese session. Tomorrow I will do a Portuguese session as all Mondays. Every single Monday I do this news from Brazil, but this is tomorrow. I consider to do this now, but there's always so much news from the world in English, the English world. As usual, I will start with Pepe Escobar, something in Pepe Escobar Telegram. And that's it. Pepe Escobar Telegram. Trying to find some article. I just read this last time. Major donors cut Biden prepare pact. Yeah, but I guess the question is, anybody, even Tommy, could be even Tommy over there. Tommy, even Tommy could be U.S. president. Because doesn't matter, Democrats, they're always obeying whatever the deep state said. Whatever the deep state says is what Biden, Clinton, Obama will do. So there's no point on that. And well, it's not a bad business. It's not a bad business to do it. I mean, the United States is still making a lot of money. The question is, what's next in the United States? Will the United States perish? Will the United States lose history? Will the United States lose the hegemony of its history, or will they fight? Oh, Pepe Escobar says she's stupid, but I think she's beautiful. I think she looks like a bear, a German bear. Venga aquí, venga, aquí, arriba. Muy bien, arriba. Vamos, arriba. Venga, vamos. Vamos, Mimi. Well, Mimi doesn't understand. This is my place, Mimi. Because of the microphone. No, this is my place. Anyway. Yeah. So Mimi here with us. Yeah. Here we are with Mimi, a dog that looks like a cow. And she likes some I forgot now how to say cuddles. Well, I have actually a news from Pepe Escobar Telegram. Frank on trance, Pepe with a bombshell video. Matt extends you an invitation, and Jeff makes a very informative reply to a comment on Seek Truth from Facts. Jeff J. Brown, China Writers Group. Frank Scott. Well, I didn't got this. No, this is a video on Danny Haipong, but there's text too. CP lecture invitation, America's biggest superfund site in the making. How 500,000 plus acres of polluted groundwaters in the West Texas is just the tip of the iceberg. July 7. Since the start of 2008, there's been a quiet monster growing in the United States oil field of how to dispose of the radioactive isotope laden toxic heavy metal contaminated waters that come with the oil and gas production. I have zero idea about that. Zero idea. radioactive isotope on oil production. Well, it's the first time I heard that. As the number of wells drilled increased, so did the size and extent of the problem. And nowhere is it more evident that than the zombie wells phenomena happening in the Permian Basin. 3 of the 5 biggest earthquakes in Texas history have occurred in the last 18 months, and the regulators still haven't addressed the issues surrounding the proven groundwater pollution that's already occurred. Seek truth from facts.org. Chinese leaves Mr. K taxi driver. Well, this is a blog. It's kind of messy. That's the truth, but there's a link here. Trans Class Pride Day. Well, this is just the four 2 or 3 articles from Pepe Escobar Telegram. Legalienate, news, commentary, and satire. Yeah, satire. I like satire. This one, look. I like satire. That's my favorite. My favorite character, the satyr. It's like a category, you know. I like, this is my favorite category. And why I start always with Pepe Escobar? Well, because last time he wrote a nice article, and I like it. You know, Pepe Escobar is not an angel, you know. Pepe Escobar is not an angel, but the truth is, sometimes he's good. Sometimes he's very nice. Sometimes he write well. He good nice advices. And sometimes, well, he hates everybody. Sometimes he's lost. Isn't it, Pepe? Do you feel lost, Pepe? Well, Pepe Escobar, sometimes he tried to find some, I don't know how to say, some oh, I don't have the vocabulary. Pepe Escobar, sometimes he's lost and he tried to find some I don't know how to say it, some he tried to be confident. He tried to find some confidence in religion, you know. So that's why he is Buddhist. Anyway, so let's read this article from Pepe Escobar Telegram. Legalienate, a news commentary and satire. Legalienate, blogspot, Gallian. Anyway, this is, look again. Did you saw? Trans Class Pride Day. What? June 20. Oh, this is very old. 2 weeks. Trans Class Pride celebration plan by Frank Scott. A spokesperson from Trans Class Pride said a massive parade and rally for the hundreds of millions of working class and poor Americans who feel rich but are disrespectfully not allowed to be what they feel is planned for a weekend soon. This is like a satire, yeah. Quote, a day will be much too short for all our members to be able to participate, and we may need a week rather than a weekend, said cis working class member Georgia Melissa Mulato, who delivers for Amazon but feels like the people he delivers to, a member of the upper middle class. What? Yeah, I got it, you know. Yeah, this kind of normal. Let's say by myself, I walk dogs. People I walk dogs for, they are kind of middle class, not so upper because this is global south, but they have money to walk their dogs, to pay something like me, something. And well, I don't feel that bad. I don't feel so bad, you know. And well, as I read articles, as I read news, I know a little bit how how economy progress, you know, how economy goes on. And depending on your career, on your profession, things will not go so well for you. Just like, I will not say specifically, but if someday somebody watch my videos here, well, let's say for example, computer science, you know, computer science looks like it's not doing well because of artificial intelligence. You know, I asked ChatGPT, for example, if artificial intelligence is taking jobs from them. They say he say maybe yes, but maybe they are creating. Well, the fact is yes, you know, is being harder to be a developer. Anyway, so a day will be much too short for all our members to be able to participate, and we may need a week rather than a weekend, said cis working class member Georgia Melissa Mulato, who delivers for Amazon but feels like the people he delivers to, a member of the upper middle class. Quote, "We are sick, tired, and fed up with being denied the American dream and forced to live the American nightmare of the gig economy at best and street poverty at worst," said the poorly dressed but academically rich, even though only having been to college to make delivers and clean toilets, spokesperson whose pronouns are homeless, houseless. Yeah, I guess I not being in that hard situation. I will not say that bad, yeah, but this is bad, you know, yeah, because of, you know, this homelessness is bad. You can say it's bad, of course. It's not anti-wokeist. I mean, it is anti-wokeist, but why wokeism is wrong, saying that's not, you cannot say it's bad? Well, because it's uncomfortable, you know. If you don't have a house, you have a really a very uncomfortable life, you know, and that is very, very bad, you know. I guess I never get homeless, but maybe someday I get back in Brazil. I got problems with my Brazilian I forgot the word. Landlord, yeah, a landlord. I was paying rent, and well, I had a problem, but Brazil is where, in the region I was in, Brazil is it is so undeveloped. So you just kept there. Things, there's no law, you know. The only law is the police. Police kill black people, and well, it's a huge violent situation. And well, I got without water, but I will not talk too much about that. Anyway, being without water is terrible. You cannot shit. Basically, you cannot shit because there's no water for take your, you know, living without water is terrible. It's very bad, you know. Forget wokeism. If you don't have a house, if you don't have water, your life will be terrible. Anyway, when we march together, we feel stronger and at peace without seeing therapists, which we can afford, or using drugs, which we can't afford either. Quote, "I have a good friend who is a woman with a penis, and she gets to use toilets on Shim's choosing, play on men's sports team, play on men's sports teams, and is respectfully treated as trans female. If shrimp can have their feelings acknowledged, why can't we? Just because some of us have no bank accounts is no reason to deny us credit, or because we are without wardrobes deny us money for rent. All after Americans spend billions on our animals and even call them members of our families. Can we give that much respect to the majority of us Americans who struggle to get by, let alone the substantial minority of us who have no shelter and are forced to live under conditions many of us will not tolerate for our pets? We may no more be middle class than my friend with a penis is an actual female, but we deserve at least the trans rights being enjoyed by so many citizens. How about trans class Americans who are possessed of testicles, vaginas, both or neither, but nonetheless are members of the human race, who deserve at the very least what a tiny minority of us have: equality of transism? Well, yeah, it's hard to explain. It's hard to, wokeism is hard to make a great argument. This is a very subjective field. How people feel about. Yeah, forget about that. Forget about your feelings about stuff. Fight for money. Fight for rights. That's better. That's comprehensible. Let's say in my example, if you don't have a toilet, fight for your toilet. Fight for a toilet. Congress is considering legislation to ban any public display of trans classism unless it can be shown that all trans classes are not inspired by Chinese or Russian or socialist or communist or Catholic or Jewish or agnostic or atheistic propaganda, and all have testicles, vaginas, both or neither, and firmly believe in the American Constitution and the right of people to spend trillions of social dollars on war. Hundreds of billions on pets, while poverty, injustice, and other markable commodities remain available to all Americans without discrimination. Oh yeah, but I guess wokeism is hard. Is like, I guess my opinion, wokeism contamin. It's kind of. It's a bad argument because it's not easy to argue. It's not easy to defend. It's like, but yeah, an interesting article. But I guess American society is just like Glenn Deason in his latest article on Russia Today said. Is like, it's too much idealism. Those wokies, those trans people, they are idealists about feelings, and that's hard. That's hard because it's a loss of time. Is a loss of time. Try to make that clear. The win is blurred. Anyway, so we have a news from Iran. And then I'm going to try to find something on Russia Today, some break news, I guess. Iran ready to launch a joint financial institution among BRICS members, July 4th, 2024. Tehran, Tasnim, the governor of the Central Bank of Iran, CBI, announced the readiness of Iran to launch a joint financial institution among the member states of BRICS. Iran and Russia are determined to ditch the US dollar and use their national currencies instead, Mohammad Reza Farsin said. Speaking to a number of Russian economic activists in St. Petersburg, the CBI governor emphasized the need for developing banking cooperation between Iran and Russia, taking advantage of the capacities of regional financial institutions, using local currencies to avoid the cruel sanctions imposed against the two countries, and reducing the dominance of US dollar in financial transactions in the international arenas. Farsin called for launching a financial institution similar to the Financial Action Task Force, FATF, among the BRICS member states, and emphasized that Iran is ready to provide Russia with the necessary technical facilities for Russia's membership in the Asian Clearing Union, ACU. The high-ranking officials of Iran and Russia are determined to use the local currencies in bilateral transactions, he said, adding that if Iran uses ruble, yuan, dirham, and rial in transactions between Russia, Iran, China, and other countries, a major barrier will be removed in bilateral trade. The ACU is a good platform for ditching the US dollar in financial transactions among the member states, he said. Currently, I guess, India and Pakistan are members of the Union. Belarus has recently raised its membership at the Union, and Russia has been invited to join the Union, the CBI governor noted. And that's it. This is a blog. I'm not going... Well, that's it for Pepe Escobar. There's no more articles, just French. I didn't speak French. That's it. Pepe Escobar is taking a nap. I'm not sure about that. He's taking... He's being... he's being... I don't know. You know what? I had an insight about Pepe Escobar, you know? Why Pepe Escobar fled to... Why Pepe Escobar is now on Thailand? Why Pepe Escobar take a flight to Thailand? Pepe Escobar is in danger, you know, because he's on a lot of lists in the United States, in Ukraine, you know. People want to kill Pepe Escobar. People want to kill our Pepe. That will be I'm not sure about that, you know. If somebody said, people want to kill Pepe Escobar, that's it, you know. A lot of crazy people will... More crazy people will think about that, you know. I'm not crazy, you know. I want Pepe to be alive. I want to meet Pepe. I want to meet him in Brazil, probably. I not recommend nobody to come to Chile. This is a terrible country. People suicide here. People just want everybody to... Chileans hate Chileans, you know. This is the... how to explain what Chile is like, or Brazil is like. How Brazil and Chile are like. Brazilian people hate Brazilian people, you know. Chilean people hate Chilean people. Maybe American people hate American people. Maybe the whole American continent is a mess, you know. So forget about America. Terrible land. You know, people just hate each other. That's the whole truth about this news. I read some news like that in Russia, in CGTN. And July 7, home world news. Orbán makes surprise visit to China. The Hungarian Prime Minister has landed in Beijing following his visits to Kiev and Moscow last week. Hungarian Prime Minister Viktor Orbán has arrived in China as part of his peace mission tour. Which included meetings with... Yeah, no, this is very nice, you know. Viktor Orbán made a peace mission tour. Is what President Lula from Brazil should do, you know. Maybe he did something like that. I don't remember. Maybe he already did something like that. I don't remember exactly where, but definitely Pepe met with Zelensky, and Pepe met with... Lula. Lula met with Zelensky and Putin. I don't remember when, but maybe it was in 2023. I'm pretty sure about it. Hungarian Prime Minister Viktor Orbán has arrived in China as part of his peace mission tour. which included meetings with Russian President Vladimir Putin in Moscow and Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky in Kiev. The Hungarian leader confirmed he is already in China, with a photo of China's Deputy Foreign Minister Hua Chunying greeting him at the airport, and a brief post on Twitter on Monday morning saying "Peace Mission 3.0 Beijing." It's a good marketing boy. The news of a possible visit to Beijing was first reported by the Hungarian news portal 444, which wrote on Sunday that Orbán was scheduled to arrive in the Asian country at dawn on Monday. Last week, Orbán traveled to Kiev, where he met with Zelensky in an effort to persuade him to consider ceasefire talks with Moscow. The Hungarian Prime Minister then embarked on a surprise visit to Moscow, which, according to his office, was part of Orbán's peacekeeping mission. Orbán and Putin engaged in several hours of discussion aimed at finding the shortest way out of the conflict in Ukraine. The Hungarian leader, however, admitted that Moscow and Kiev remain very apart, noting that Zelensky didn't like his proposal much. That's what looks like, yeah. That's what looks like. And well, that's why Pepe Escobar is have to fly out, have to escape from Russia, because Pepe Escobar. I will not repeat what Pepe said. I'm here in Chile, The only solution for this war is killing Volodymyr Zelensky. That's it, Zelensky, you just lost the war. You have to face that. You lost the war. Do you want to die, Zelensky? Do you want to die? Where are you? I have a missile for you. No, not me, Putin, but that is the logic, I have a call for Zelensky. Hello, Zelensky, do you believe? Nobody believes you will win. Nobody will believe you will win this war. People will take off the money they have. What are you going to do? You will stay in Kiev. How, Zelensky? How you will remain in Ukraine? Go away. Yeah. That's what people should do. Should tell Zelensky. The Hungarian leader, however, admitted that Moscow and Kiev remain very apart, noting that Zelensky didn't like his proposals much. Orbán's surprise trip to Russia sparked fury in Kiev and among fellow EU leaders, but the Hungarian Prime Minister stated that one of the most important steps to ending the conflict is establishing contact, and argued that he doesn't require an EU mandate to promote peace. Hungary, which currently holds the rotating EU presidency, is one of the few bloc members, alongside neighboring Slovakia, that maintains neutrality and refuses to send weapons to Ukraine. The visit to Beijing comes as Hungary canceled at short notice a meeting between Foreign Minister Peter Szijjártó and his German counterpart Annalena Baerbock. That's what I like. Annalena, I think she's beautiful. She looks like a bear. Beautiful bear. They look like these Cardigans. I don't remember the name. The Cardigans vocals. They looks like from the same tribe. These people, these Nordic people, I guess. Germanic people, of course. If I win lottery, maybe I will marry some. I'm not sure who I'm going to marry with. Hey, do you wanna see Do you want to see Tinder in Chile? It's not so great. This is illegal. Maybe this is illegal back in, well, this is not so bad. She's not so bad, but I guess Brazilian women, they are more beautiful. Those Chilean women, they have a beautiful face, but they are hardly beautiful all around. I didn't like her. That's why filming Tinder is so polemic, because if you have a, oh, this is funny, if you have a bad evaluation of somebody on Tinder, that could be like, I don't know, an insult. I mean, insulting whoever I don't like. My standards are pretty high, so this is almost there, but nah, I will not tell you why. But my opinion, Tinder is public. If you have a Tinder account, you should know that everybody should see you. Understand? So as everybody see you, you cannot argue. Well, I think she's beautiful, but she's kind of old to have kids, and that's the whole truth about. It's Gemini and cis woman straight. I will give you a friendship like. I don't like women like this, like too I don't know, to pretending to be too rich. Rich outfit, like to pretending to be rich, yeah, like the upper middle class. In my opinion, this is bad taste. He's Capricorn, so that's why she pretends to be rich. Goodbye. No. Anyway, so that was Chilean Tinder. My opinion, Brazilian Tinder, people are kind of a little more poor in Brazil because of Brazilian history. Oh, she's beautiful. Maybe I will show you. Do you want to see her? She is young, very young, 25 years. Woman, I don't like Sagittarius. I'm sorry, Sagittarius, I don't like. So, next news from Russia today. Looks like Timur Fomenko is he's gone. He's gone from Russia today. And Bradley Blankenship. What about Bradley Blankenship? Nothing. They are not posting nothing. That's so sad. A nation in pain. How political idealism destroy Ukraine. This was from Glenn Deason. It was a very nice article. I cannot agree more. I always think in those terms about the idealism. In Global South, unfortunately, people are so cruel in Global South. If you look like me with this Evo Morales beanie, if you have an Evo Morales beanie, and if you have a beard, like a beard, people will believe you are a total thug, and that's it. And people will point fingers to you, and well, maybe this doesn't the whole world, but I'm pretty sure that, well, before, when I was interested on moving to Finland, I knew that back in Finland nobody judged you because of your appearances, or I don't know, the Netherlands, nobody judged you because of things like that. You just do anything, like you walk dogs and you can walk dogs, and nobody will. And people are so disoriented in Global South, in countries like Chile or Brazil. They actually don't know any law, so they strongly believe if you make a comment, a critical comment about anything, about, just like I did, I just show you the Tinder and stuff. That just what I said. Tinder is public, How? I will show you my Tinder. this is what every single girl can see, or gays. They can see this. Look. Oh, they can see my name, my real name. I'm there with Tommy and Milou when Tommy was young. Unfortunately, Tommy got a lot of problems, but and Milou didn't like him. Well, this is a very interesting photo for me because I lost. I don't know where this video is now. Well, and I'm very critical. Look, Toffel stole me $400. Happy Christmas and Happy New Year. Understand? I'm pretty critical and pretty satirical. So that this people have right here in Chile, they have something like this Funa, or even well, that was my Tinder. Pretty strange, understand? So people really right here in this country, in Chile, they penalize. They have this. In Spanish, we have this in Latin world, in Brazil and Chile, consuetudinary right. Which means that which is the social behaviors, the norms, the parochialism. Nobody really knows the law, but they stick with the social norms, So we live in this world with social norms like don't have a beer, don't have a bear. Is very, very important, but it's not a crime, So what people do? So sometimes they confuse themselves, and that's it, and it's pretty hard. Anyway, so I hate this global south. I hate this, and that's it. Fyodor Lukyanov. So finally, I have another of one of my favorite columnists. But why did Viktor Orban apparently defy the EU visit to Moscow? Maybe I read this. I don't remember. Fyodor Lukyanov. Hungarian Prime Minister clearly decided it was worth of offending many of his allies in order to focus minds on possibility of peace. Yeah, so Viktor Orban is doing very well. By Fyodor Lukyanov, the editor-in-chief of Russia in Global Affairs, chairman of the Presidium of the Council of Foreign and Defense Policy, and research director of the Valdai International Discussion Club. I want to be a carnival director for I have zero idea about this club, but look, it sounds like a club, a club like a carnival club. Why not? Anyway, we have to have fun too. The sudden appearance of Viktor Orban in Moscow this week shows firmly everyone entrenched in their positions. Something that is, in principle, normal and natural becomes a sensation, even a scandal. A personal visit by a third party to actors engaged in conflict to explore all possibilities for resolution is a practice that guarantees nothing, means nothing special, and is totally normal. However, the moralizing fervor of the liberal international order sees such a tried and tested approach as unacceptable. It is not about solving the problem. It's about pushing the guilty. The end result with this week's subtle diplomacy became much ado about nothing, as the outcome of the Hungarian Prime Minister's trips showed. Orban decided to use his formal position as head of the EU's rotating presidency to give his visit a flavor of a peacekeeping mission rather than a personal initiative. There are whispers in Budapest that Orban must have done some groundwork with key EU figures behind the scenes. Yet, it's it is very likely that nothing of the sort happened. He simply made up his own mind and set off. It is worth nothing that he is not afraid of making arbitrary moves. He does not have a mandate, although it would be better if such things should somehow be agreed with the framework of the EU. But Orban, looking at what is happening in Western Europe, elections to European Parliament, the circumstances in France and Britain, and in the US, the collapse of Biden's campaign, apparently believes that he is in no danger, and it could pay off in certain circumstances. As a seasoned political animal, he senses that everything has gone wrong and is trying to use this as an opportunity to strengthen his position, to try something that no one else was able to do, and to hell with it. It is probably wrong to reduce everything to selfish considerations, just in case something does emerge. Orban has long and consistently said that Europe is being drowned blindly and toothlessly, and without any understanding of the realities, into the vortex of a great war, and that this must be stopped. And his main task is to prevent his country from being dragged into a dangerous crisis. It is rather strange to have to even explain that this is a reasonable position. As for the results of the negotiations, Orban himself summed them up clearly. After his trips to Kiev and Moscow, it was clear that the positions of the parties are far apart. He could have avoided traveling to find out, but hearing it from the horse's mouth has its own value. I guess I read this, but it's nice to read it again, as I actually don't have. And actually, I'm reading just for myself. But as I usually do, let's read some. Let's hear some Daniel Jadue when he was free. He's in prison now. He's the only hope for Chile.
Oye, si en los sectores populares la gente no tiene computador en sus casas, ¿te acordáis el problema que teníamos en tiempo pandemia cuando quisieron hacer las clases remotas, que la mayoría de los estudiantes de Chile no tenían cómo hacerlas? ¿Te acordáis la niña que se tenía que subir al techo en el sur de su casa para ver si le llegaba a la red? Es que esa fantasía de los que sí tenemos acceso a la cultura, de que hoy día todo se hace por internet, no es la realidad de la mayor parte de Chile.
En Recoleta, ¿cuál es la realidad? Pero en Recoleta, tú eres el alcalde de la comuna de Recoleta. ¿Cuál es la realidad del acceso a internet de la comuna de Recoleta hoy día?
El internet domiciliario debe estar cerca del 40 o 45%. No creo que sea más. Recuerdo un número, pero era hace 10 años, 37%. Yo creo que eso ha avanzado mucho, pero tú sabes que en Recoleta todavía tenemos zonas rojas en donde internet no llega porque las empresas no ponen, no llega internet.
¿Pero por qué las empresas no van a instalar internet si alguien le pide?
Porque no es rentable o porque la inversión que tienen que hacer no les da. No, si esto no es. Ahora, claro, uno dice, ya, pero todos tienen teléfono. Claro, pero es que no todos saben manejar a través del teléfono las cuentas. Porque además para pagar por internet, César, ¿sabes qué tienes que hacer, no? Tienes que estar bancarizado. Tienes que tener una cuenta.
Bueno, claro.
De banco. Y la verdad que no todo Chile tiene cuenta. Ni siquiera la cuenta RUT. Entonces, es una fantasía pensar que la tecnología está llegando. Ahora, hemos ido avanzando. Hace poco se aprobó una ley, entiendo, no lo recuerdo, a ver si Ricardito nos ayuda, que convierte internet en un servicio básico. Claro. Eso ya es un paso gigante, pero hay que hacerlo realidad, ¿no? Porque yo todavía me toca viajar por Chile y voy a ciudades en donde internet no es un servicio básico. No es como la luz y el agua.
En las redes sociales del alcalde Daniel Jadwe estamos haciendo el Sin Maquillaje número 182 en nuestro mes aniversario, el 6 de mayo pasado.
Terrible global south, terrible undeveloped region. Nobody have internet, or not everybody have internet. Even myself, I didn't have internet since 4 days ago. But somehow I have on college. Somehow I have internet in some places. It's not so bad, but definitely I'm so sad of have been born in this region of the world, full of problems. That's what I'm so happy of not having kids, just dogs. I don't pay much for them neither. It's the basic of the basic. I go to the butchery. I ask for wastes. They sell the wastes. There are no free wastes. There's nothing free. I just feel sorry about myself, about them, about imperialism. I'm pretty sure that, but I have Italian citizenship. Someday, maybe if I get really crazy, I will. If something happens with these dogs, or maybe this dog, because this dog is a problem. I cannot release him like right now. He's free. Well, my favorite dog is Milou, I guess, in Mursi. I like him. I like this one, but this one is kind of crazy. He's kind of American. He's like an American. He's a pit bull. He's not so nice. He's not so smart.